Mr. Martin, hopefully we are live. Good evening. How are you?
Evening. I'm good. How about you?
Wonderful. Very tired, but wonderful. Did you get home? Right through the monsoons today?
Yeah. There was a lot of it. I did get home okay and in good time, but yeah, it was even at times she had to come off autopilot because I was a bit worried.
Blimey, it must be bad.
I know. It's a better driver than me, but even I was a bit scared at times.
So we're here. We're live. Hopefully, you're going to tell us we're live. That's your bit in the bargain.
I'm just going through the whole ad thing, but we are live. And we're online.
Awesome, and we're on the scheduled stream, and Junior's just kicking off in the background, so I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but
I could hear it, and I instantly thought, why is my kids crying? But then thought it was a bit more high pitch. I was like, oh, no, it can't be my house.
To be fair, it could be the Westie as well, because for some reason I think the Westie is starting to terminally go mad and just like stands in a room looking out the window and just howls, which is a bit weird. Then he just started doing it. So
that is strange.
And he's very, very, very cool. Not sure that's a good sign in life, but that's just started tonight as well, just for a bit more fun.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, how has your week been? I know how your day was today, but how has your week been? Have you had a good week?
Yeah, man. Went up to the Nemo a few times, got some stuff done earlier on in the week, and then we had a race meeting at Slough at the weekend, which I'm sure we'll talk about shortly, which was good.
Yep.
And then this sleep repeat now. But yeah, how about you? Are you getting much sleep now?
No, still limited sleep. I don't know whether you get used to it or you just, I don't know, it just becomes normal quite quickly, doesn't it? And you know me, I'm not good at sleeping in long periods of time anyway. So, but yeah, no, I'm definitely tired. But all good on all home front.
I had 2 years of it with Scott at this thing. Yeah, he wouldn't sleep through for 2 years.
Wow, that leaves a mark after a while. Are you drinking something? Are we going to have a Leroy beer review? What's occurring?
Well, I am drinking something, although I have nothing to review because I don't have anything new. So I've just poured myself
a Aldi or Lidl Baileys.
No, it's a real one.
Oh, look at that!
It was a gift from Liz's parents, so it's a real one.
I wonder whether that was now you're back winning everything that well, not everything, you know what I mean. Sounds wrong.
No, I actually prefer the taste of the Aldi one.
You said that before. We'll get a bottle for the weekend, and we'll have a tipple at some point.
Tell you what, I'll get a few.
I like it. It sounds good. So there you go, everybody. We're missing the new beer review for this week, as we don't have anything.
Yeah, kept it nice and short for you.
It did, and I'm on a trusty Malbec, which is the first time I've had a drink of this stuff since last week. So
I hope there's a cork on it because it looked like you almost tipped on the floor.
No, there's not. And it's
I thought so. It was like, oh, it's going to go on the floor.
So hurrah for Mondays. Yes. Marvellous. Okay, well, this is going to be a quick show. So we've done a load. We've done the beer review. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. That's it.
So I think you should do some Leroy shout-outs from the side.
Let's do some shout-outs. Why not, eh? So Davey Rolls, TQ Spot once again. He says, hope you all had a good weekend. And Davey was racing. I'm sure we'll talk about that shortly. Tortoise Racing RC says, Heidi Hi Campers.
Heidi Hi.
Hi. Robert Glenn's online says, hey fellas, I'm back. Been working like crazy.
Nice.
Paul Williams online. He says, evening guys. Hope everyone is well, and he can't wait for the weekend.
It's good to see Paul online. Yeah, looking forward to welcoming you there, mate. Hope you get.
Sarah Campbell, she's online. Evening all from Sarah and
Craig. I'm on it.
Craig, I'm so excited for the GP weekend, even though Craig can't make it.
Can you not? Oh, that's a shame.
No, I'm pretty sure he's having to work.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yes. Chewy RC says, yo, everyone, only 4 days left to the Dirt GP. Let's go.
Let's go. We're going to meet Chewy as well, so that's exciting.
We'll get him online. At some point.
Yes.
Adrian Spenners is online. Evening all. The boys done good at the weekend. Spenners was there, of course, helping out as he does.
Nice.
Legend, still sporting a good haircut.
Nice.
Lukey B's online. He says, good evening all. With a little kind of...
He did well as well. We'll cover all these guys on the race. Did very well.
John Green, evening folks, looking forward to the weekend.
Yes, nice.
Kev Brunston, good evening from Kev, Claire and
Elise.
Woo, there we go. Gatekeeper.
To be our fantastic hostess of the mostess on the gate. Make sure we don't get any waifs and strays in over the weekend.
I'm sure we will, but we'll know them, I'm sure.
Yes.
Homeboy RC says, evening, gents. Wet enough for you?
I tell you what, homeboy. I tell you what. At points today, it was questionable about what are we doing. But we've got a little silly video that I'll play a bit later on that one.
Yep.
But yes, it was definitely wet enough for us.
Mike Walters, evening, all. James Moore, evening, all.
Mr. Moore and James was at Slough as well, I think, at the weekend, wasn't he? I think I saw him.
He was.
The results.
He was indeed loving life. He was.
Good.
Chris James, evening, guys. Got anything on this weekend? Not much, mate.
Yes. Trip to Barbados.
Yeah. Action Man's online. Evening, chaps.
Yeah, Action Man. I was thinking about you earlier on as we were nearly electrocuting ourselves with a fatal.
Some hairy moments. Big Si says, hi, fellas. Hi, Big Si.
Hello, Big Si.
Rennie Rocket RC. Hey, guys, how you doing? Can hear everything. Like everything in the world, everything? Or
nice. Probably
like Superman style hearing?
Yes. That would be a horrific superpower to have, wouldn't it?
Oh, terrible.
Terrible.
I kind of want the opposite superpower.
Yes. Agreed.
You can just block out all the haters, right?
That's it.
Lyndon Hammer is online. He says, evening all from Jane and Don, counting down the says, although it was meant to say days, until the next great Nemo weekend. Oh,
yes. Looking forward to having you guys back up again. Just a few days' time. Awesome.
Few days' time. Arvinder is online. He says, evening, chaps. Arvinder obviously running Slough and doing very well himself, making it into the main.
I did see that, so good job, buddy, on that, and also good job on Slough, and glad to see it's working out.
Steve Spencer, he's online. He gives us the cool sunglasses emoji. We needed that at some point today, although not very regularly.
No, just fleeting.
Mark, you say this name better than what I do. So you
Marquez.
Say Marquez. You're going to go with the Mark Marquez.
Mark Marquez. Yes, exactly.
Marquez or Marks Butler says, good evening, guys. Currently on a road trip. Watch a replay later. Okay, mate.
And he's Mr. Butler to you and I.
Yeah, he is. Or he could be your butler.
Well, no, I just given up on those.
Winston Barnett, evening, fellas. Nothing happening this weekend, is there?
No, absolutely nothing at all, Winnie boy.
Nothing at all. Mr. Warburton's online. He was down Slough yesterday, helping out again. Didn't actually go on sticks, but he was helping out.
Well, I saw that because good evening, Mr. Warburton. I saw the nice team photo. It looked fantastic of you all, and I saw Dazza was in it, and I thought, I couldn't find him in the results, so now I know the answer.
Yeah, I was actually on the rostrum when I saw the old Mazda pulling in. I was like, he's come finally. It's like midday.
Nice.
Mr. Shorey is online. We haven't seen him for a while.
Mr. Shorey, thank you as ever today for your help and guidance in life.
Guidance in everything, really.
Everything, exactly.
Terra TV Limited, which is our own Carly Lock, locking in on Terra TV Limited.
Look at that. I like it. Good evening, sir.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Homeboy RC, which of course is Craig Homer, says, wish I'd gone Slough on Sunday now. It was a good meeting. We'll talk about it shortly. Stephen Lockley is online. He says, good evening. Looking forward to the weekend.
Good evening.
David Rolls says, I bet you guys are begging for that roof in this weather.
Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Yeah. Yes.
Rennie Rocket says he can only hear our lovely voices. Really loving all the info and the vids. So thank you.
Awesome.
He says, I wish I could make the Nemo weekend. We'll just make it.
Make it happen. We'll get you in. We'll get you in, Rennie Rocket RC.
Yeah, and our favourite snooker player has retracted his message, so I can't read it out. And that's Jim Davidson.
I think he was just saying, good evening, boys. Something like that.
Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Davidson.
Fair enough. So there you go. We're all caught up.
I like it. I like it. Good. Awesome. Well, that's another tick box off. So we can move straight into what was going on at the weekend. I was busy tending nappies on Saturday, and then having a family outing to clear some water up it on the Sunday. I thought that's a good idea to do. Until it rained at night. I thought that was a wholly waste of a day. But there we go. While I was doing that, you were busy with the boys at Slough. So tell us all about it.
Yep. Yeah, so it's kind of a last-minute decision for us as a collective team, Nemo, to go to Slough, because we were in an hour where we were going to go, weren't we? Because Slough was obviously on, and East Shrewsbury had a race, which I know a few of our team guys were tempted to go to with the pending national. And then Brookthorpe had a meeting on as well. And then East Shrewsbury cancelled, and I think just the general consensus was to head to Slough to support the club, of which we always have tried to do.
Yes.
So yeah, we headed off to Slough. There was a great bunch of guys. Myself, I was there. Rumble was there. Lewis Jones was there. Kev Brunsden was there. Charlie Locke. Vinda obviously was there. We got Shorey. We had Jason Bradby there. We had Steve Spencer there. We had Ben Kennett there. We had, who am I missing?
I don't know. Good show. So I'm impressed that you've rolled those off on the top of your head.
I feel like I'm missing someone. I mean, Charlie Locke was there. I think I said Charlie's name.
Lukey boy was there.
Lukey boy was there. We had some new drivers there, but their cars weren't quite ready, although they will be announced this week for anyone.
Nice. That's good. Who was the gentleman that had a buggy? I think we had.
So Russ Brown.
Okay. Russ
Brown. I was trying to get over. You might be watching. I'm not sure, Russ, but I was trying to find you in the pits. And then I got pointed out where you were, and then it started raining, and I just didn't manage to get back over. I was going to come and make sure everything was going well, but his car looked great. So yeah. And he did these final 20 minutes without stopping because e-buggy, obviously. So everything looked good.
Which is good. And obviously the highlight for us was a 1-2-3, 1-2-3-4 as well, with Mikey Boy in fourth.
Yeah.
On the podiums with yourself first, Kev. He TQ'd, Kev, didn't he? I think he pushing you.
TQ'd. He was the rain master out there, old Kev. But he was quick, in round two we both had solid runs, and he beat me by a tenth of a second, the little bugger.
Yeah.
So he was going well. It's going well, our Kev. And
awesome. Wicked.
Yeah, he had a small mistake. Well, it turned into quite a large mistake on the first lap of the final, and kind of made my race a whole lot easier from that point. But he had a good battle back to second with Lou. But I think another good thing to say was we had 6 Agamas in the main, with obviously us 4, then backed up by Charlie Locke, who qualified directly in, which was fantastic. And then Arvinder bumped in from the B.
Yeah, which is mega as well. Thank you to everybody for being there and rocking it. And good to see another race under the belt for Slough. Also great to see Adrian down there, like I say, just making sure the boys are facing the right way, because it's one man that knows how to run a race in, it's Mr. Svensson. So
it was good. They had all the weather to deal with. It rained in the week up to it. It rained on the day. They were out there when we got there in the morning. They were putting holes in the dirt, making sure that the water was going somewhere.
Yep.
So big props to them, the guys, Tommy, Arvinder. They're putting in the effort, and that's
mega. We'll keep trying to get behind it as the company and promote it when they've got on stuff like that. Once we've done our next race, obviously this coming weekend, the Dirt GP, we actually don't have another round in our calendar. Get that taken care of at some point soon, but which we'll cover in a moment. From this weekend on in, it starts getting pretty serious. I think we've actually got 3 nationals in June, so it is going to be quite difficult to find their dates for a little while, I think.
It's going to be tough. It's coming thick and fast now. We've got e-buggy nationals with Truggy, obviously. We've got Nitro nationals coming. We've got Nitro Cross stuff, and then mix in with Temp Scale stuff as well. It's going to be busy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was I haven't even spoken to you about this, but I was half thinking about taking Silverstone's lead, maybe looking at trying to do a Saturday race rather than try and throw it in there, these other Sundays that are so difficult. We're either going to have to clash with clubs that we want to go and support, like, for example, Slough or Brookthorpe, or a Westmill. Obviously, we're still out there actively trying to get their round as well. I wondered, maybe some comments aside, try a couple of Saturday races and see how they go, because that's a huge window of opportunity, isn't it, to put these races on and not clash with others. Be nice.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work if we get 10 people in a field to do it. So yeah, have a think, guys, if you're watching, and give us some feedback. See whether you'd fancy giving a Saturday series race go. Perhaps that could be a thing for us.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're always up for trying to do something a bit different, aren't we, as Nemo anyway? So we've seen it in 10th scale. It's worked really well, in my opinion. In 10th scale, I always thought it was a master stroke for Silverstone to do that. Just it freed up everything weekends, and us boys that wanted to then go and race on a Sunday still go and do that. So
in America, most of their club racing is Saturdays.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've done it quite a few club races in the States. A lot of the time it's in hot places, so there's a reason for it, but they normally start like midday and run. I know we can't because of noise restrictions and stuff, but they run quite far into the night, and then they don't have to wake up early on the Sunday. I
can see the appeal of that for sure. But well, we put it out there, see what you guys think. If people are up for it, we'll give it a try on one of the goes, and if we don't try these things, we don't at the end of the day. So
exactly. You got to try. So that was Slough. And we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, like you say. Cars were dialed. I mean, I actually started with my Nemo setup. Obviously, I'd made quite a good Slough setup, but it was quite dusty and bumpy at that point. And they'd rolled it, and it was looking a bit wetter. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go with the Nemo setup, and then tweak it as and what I need to do. And I didn't even need to do much, to be honest.
Good.
Changed the rear spring, stiffened the rear spring up, laid the shocks down a bit in the rear to cope with the bumps. Happy days. She was golden.
Awesome.
Everyone ran 6 Mick and green compound because it was a bit loamy and seemed to work great.
Okay, and what pattern was that? A weapon or a magma, or what?
So Barracuda was the choice. Nice rounded, easy to drive tire through the bumps and stuff. So that was that was the choice of pattern.
Choice of champions.
Yeah, and we all know a free ride would have been dialed as well in super soft, but the softs that we currently have in stock were just a little bit too hard for the colder temp.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got some more super softs on the way in, as well as cubes and stuff for the beta range. It's going to be good to get that back into full swing as well.
Yep.
And we've got some nice options there, which we'll obviously keep track of and make sure that doesn't get out of hand. But already with the stuff, I saw a comment from somebody last week. Obviously, it's quite a lot of patterns and compounds, but we're making that easy for people because we're making sure we streamline that range down. Now we're getting to understand it. There's a key 3 or 4 patterns, aren't there, that really stand out. So we'll keep making sure we're monitoring that, making sure we've got the bits that are work available, and then hopefully with our big net Nemo as it is, we'll be able to advise people when we're going to races and stuff what they need to choose. They're not heading there with 30 different options and compounds.
Yeah, I think we've found those 4 different patterns already, and they are very distinctive differences. If it was 4 of pretty much the same tire, it's absolutely pointless. But they do all have different characteristics, and for sure, I think we've knuckled down on the compounds. It was a learning curve for everyone. Us as well, because we all knew magmas were great, but we didn't actually know much past that when we first looked at 6 Mick. So now we've learned, and you only learn by doing at the end of the day and going to different tracks. So we're very well placed to be able to give all the advice now, which is
hopefully so. And we're going to be doing when it comes into some of our support and stuff for the nationals and the other races that we're going to, there'll be the normal pre-race. We try and get it out as early as we can on that week of that race to give some recommendations. We're going to these tracks in advance and getting some testing in, so we'll be making sure that we feed that back to everybody that to have a look at that information. We'll make sure it's out on Facebook as well, so even if you're not with us with cars or anything else like that, you'll be able to see what we're recommending on tyres and the such like. So hopefully we'll try as possible for anyone give our brands a go. We're back racing at multiple venues, which is pretty awesome, isn't it? I think that's mega.
Yeah. Yep. Mega.
Year and a half late, but here we go. It's
we're off.
Yeah, we are off. It's going to be very exciting. I just hope that Elliot can get across to join in with that party for the nationals and stuff. But time will tell, I guess, on that one. So that was Slam. We also had South Coast on, didn't we? I think the boys were down at South Coast.
Yeah. South Coast was on. We got a second place, second or third. I think it was second.
Second, yeah. I think David Rolls was second.
Second with Davey. So good job to him.
Yes. I think they had changeable weather too, as well, didn't they? I think, from what I can understand.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, he did good. And then Brookthorpe was on, but I don't know much about the result.
I didn't have the chance, unfortunately, today to see exactly where we were at with that.
No, I didn't either.
But yeah, Ed, lunatic. Sorry,
dog's getting mad.
Just the security.
My dog's knackered from swimming.
Yes. Yeah, poor little bugger. He had a busy day today. Teddy is on like heightened security with baby around. He seems to have decided it's his job.
He's turned into the man of the house.
He has. But unfortunately, because we live in somewhere this is quite old, any creak of an upstairs floorboard sends him into overdrive, which is pretty exciting when you're trying to get your baby dog.
Yeah, cheers, Ted.
Yes, exactly. Cheers, mate. He's going to be on the wine later. It'll probably be a bit more peaceful. What other races were on, buddy? I can't think of anything massively.
I don't actually know. I guess there were some northerny races on.
I know that Mr. Simpson and Ben were out doing some testing, weren't they, at Northwest Nitro?
Yeah. I don't think they had a race, though, did they?
No, I think it was just testing, I think, from what I know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not actually sure what else on there. I mean, if anyone wants to tell us down the side, most of Sunday and Monday, we normally look at results on a Monday, but a lot of our heads were out in the track today and not actually looking at phones and stuff.
But we were deep in it. It's scary, isn't it? When you do have a day without really being in front of your phone, glued to your phone, like we all are these days. Get to the end of the day and you look at what you've missed. It can be
it can be a lot of stuff that you've missed out on. I mean, lots of stuff could have happened. I mean, Max Mosley passed today.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he? Wow, I didn't see that.
There you go. See, you missed out on it because you weren't looking at your phone. But yeah, so rest in peace, Max Mosley, old F1 president.
Rest in peace, yeah. Blimey. Wow. Next. New products. We've got two new products. One's not new and one is definitely new. The first one that's back into stock, your infamous LMR rear hub is back in, locked and loaded. Finally, it's been a bit of a while to get those back in, but we have good supply of them now, so that's going to be good. They're a fantastic option. One of the only ones actually that is worth buying for your performance 319, whether it be electric or nitro.
It is, and it's probably worth saying that we had a small delay on getting them back in stock because a change of manufacturer, and they're all made in the UK now, which is even better.
Yeah, made in the UK better. We've got the shimming better as well. I think it's a slightly better product than what we had before, and that's fantastic. Yeah, good to be some UK guys, and it makes our supply that bit easier. It was hard work for sure. Things in stock, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Europe for those bits. And finally, today, so this fairly large stuff. I've sort of just got it as a point on the side. We've got engines. We've got our new motors. They've arrived. They are physically a thing. Shipping tomorrow. To anybody that's on a pre-order, anybody that gets online, they are listed. Go to the bullet section, go to motors, and you'll find them right there. I think this is one of the most exciting to us in a very, very long time. F225, all new manufacturer, all materials. As we've discussed before, they're match piston liners, then hand out to finish off. They're ready to pop in the car and rock a few tanks. Welcome to come up to us and do that with myself, if you so wish, or link out Leroy, or Rod It Rumble if you fancy a new one after a couple a week, all options are open. Get it in your car, get on board, get it in your car, bring it up to us. We'll help you run it in, and we'll tune it and get you on track with it. I think you're going to love them. Super excited to see them in people's cars. Obviously, there's going to be quite a few in people's cars this coming weekend for the Dirt GP, which is going to be interesting. It's going to keep us all busy as you know, all these things bed down and everything else, and trying to get through them and all those other good things that happen with new motors. But yeah, they're in stock. Delighted to get it over the finish line.
Yep. It's fantastic news. They all turned up this afternoon, and you guys were hurriedly scurrying them away in bags and making them ready to ship out.
It was a family affair. We had a little production line of motor checking and bagging, and they're all individually serial numbered. So we're having the serial numbers logged down. Everybody want to know the history of who's had which engine. So when we see it in a couple of years' time on the second-hand market, we'll be able to know exactly where it's come from. It's quite something. It feels like quite a large upgrade right now with the way everything, even to the way everything's come through and packaged stuff. It's very, very professional. Delighted, absolutely delighted with what we've seen so far. So yeah, let the fun begin. Let
the fun begin, indeed. So for anyone that's interested, they are available right now on the website.
Yeah. Which they are. They're listed. We've done a soft launch at the moment. We've got a couple of not things that we're working with in terms of making sure we get them in supply all over the world at the same time. So it's a slightly soft launch. We're getting that to happen, getting them into the States as well, so that we can make sure everybody's enjoying them at the same time, which is hard work trying to do all these logistical things, especially in the world that we're currently living in. Still trying to do export and import is an arduous task at the moment post Brexit, but we're there. So yeah, as Leroy said, they're online.
We are there, and hopefully by the end of this week we'll have some kind of run-in videos. Maybe.
Yes, yeah. We've got we're going to do a nice run-in video with the legend, Mr. Charlie Locke. He's going to make the hope of these. Going to cover himself doing some tuning with the motor. We had planned a bit in advance of this, but the weather keeps being so atrocious. In fact, we had one day where it's not raining. Our last race at the track, and we were absolutely adamant to try and get the video in with a bit of nice sunlight and a nice dry track. Just not happened so far.
No,
felt like it might have been happening very soon when I left to come and pick these motors up earlier on, and by the time we got back and got into the office, it was covered in water. So
I don't even want to know. Yeah, and for anyone that is curious about the new motor, the best pipe that we have found with the motor is the beta pipe. Not only is it for us the best performance and economy, it's also very well priced, I would say. So yeah, even the engine is amazingly priced.
I was just going to say that's another thing on the motor that we've actually not touched on. They are being assembled with the level of care that, for me personally, is in a different league from what we've seen before, which is already very good. And then they're being obviously hand matched, like we said, and being hand lapped well to make the running process. You don't need to oil bar fees or any of that sort of stuff. Just get in your car and put some nice nitro and some temperature, the proper way. All of that, and yet still we're like £55 cheaper as our retail than we were with our the 224 and also the 223 that preceded that as well. So I think that's super exciting. Should open it up to some more people. By the time the shops have got a little bit of deals on and stuff that we all know, I think they're very very cost effective in the marketplace. A bargain.
Yep. Bloody bargain, mate. Del Boy, bloody bargain.
It's a deal, as we all know what the rest of it goes. So on my notes on the side here, it's now that we should be getting Mr. Rumble in the stream. We'll try and do that, but I think he might even still be driving because we were trackside trying to sort motors and stuff out until quite late. But I will send him the link. See if we can get that.
So while you're doing that, I will answer a couple of questions on the side. Winnie Barnett, or actually maybe you can answer this one. He says, A319 Performance Pack availability.
Online right now, there are 5 left in the world, and they are available for you. So you choose 44002, I think. Tottenham.
There you go. Don't delay. They won't be there all day.
Missed opportunity you've had in life.
Manny Panasar is online. He says, "Afternoon, me hearties. Lovely weather. Lovely pirate weather we be having."
It is lovely pirate weather. And I don't even know where it was. I don't know why I've gone into West Country. And there was a duck that was in a very odd place. I've not seen a duck there before. And I thought to myself, it is really a good time to be a duck. You can literally just holiday home anywhere.
Yeah. And you don't even need a caravan.
Nothing. Just rock up down the street. Oh, there's another lake.
Yeah, where are you going to sleep? Well, over there.
Nemo tonight.
Yeah.
We'll have them in Ants Bumhole before you know it. And if they're in Ants Bumhole, they're going to be a crispy duck before long and in a pancake. So I suggest you don't come to our lake and take. If anyone's there and watching this, I'm sorry. I tell you what, before we find Mr. Rumble where he is, whether he's back home, whether he's dogging or whatever, I've got a little video earlier on of 4 of us or 5 of us. Shall we throw it up there to watch it?
Let's get it going.
I'm just going to have to hide you for a minute. Don't go anywhere. And then I'm going to hide me and play a video. And then we'll be back. Okay, right. Here we go. And now I'm going to hide me. So, Rumble, Mr. Martin.
Oh, God.
Some more hail.
Oh, dear.
Thank you, life.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Ah. Oh, no. Look, the dog. Rocket, you're okay. Ah. Ah. My head. Ow.
Are you enjoying spending your money? Good Lord.
They're big.
Should we just open up a go-go bar somewhere?
Would be way less effort.
Yeah.
Sexy pizza.
Good Lord.
Wait.
Is it hurting you yet?
Yeah.
They're getting quite heavy now. Ow.
Shit on it. Oh.
This is going straight out on the live.
Look at the size of them. Look at that. Look. Ow.
Ow.
Look at the size. Look at this.
Well, that was Mikey Boy. That was a good morning's work, everybody.
I'm going to fall over.
Genius. Just genius.
I was listening to it. It's quite amusing.
It is quite amusing. They actually were hurting us, weren't they? So that was nearly at a point where most of the track had its attention and was on the way to drying. I'm gonna take a picture that I took before when we got back after you guys had obviously finished off today. I took a photo in the same spot that we'd filmed that, just to show the difference of a couple of hours and some elbow grease from you guys. The difference that we were. It will come up on your screen in a moment.
I'll wait for it.
It will make you sad because it's just ready. It's ready to race on, which was awesome considering where we were at various points during the day. I've never seen such changes in climate as we had today, because when the sun was out, it was absolutely hence you looking a bit red, me a little bit red because I spent less time doing it. When it rained, then when it hailed, it was absolutely freezing and it hurt.
Yeah, mate, it was like the howl you hear about sometimes that hurts. It was.
Yeah, it was. Your poor dog. I didn't know. He didn't know. Shortly after we filmed that, and it was still going on, he did not know what to do with himself, did he?
No, he was hiding under people. It was smashing. It was basically shot blasting the dog.
So there's something wrong with us, and I tell you what, there's only one smart person in the whole midst of our
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Because the very first moment I got the video started, there was a man that was running. It was on our photo for the live tonight. And then he managed to just watch us clowns mess about from the rostrum in the nice sanctity of a covered rostrum.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realise that had happened until I reviewed it afterwards. Oh, Mikey's on the rostrum.
I like being out in it. It makes you feel like you're a man. You're in the elements.
made me feel sad. So as you can see, we got it clear from that. That was the shot of Mr. Rumble that's on your screen right now is a few hours after all of that frolics. We got it completely dry, which was wonderful. And then while we were doing some sound checks and stuff in readiness for the weekend, and also some checks on what we're going to do with some extra monitors and things that we've got going on in the pitting area, it went back to looking like it did in that video. Tomorrow is going to be mainly full of doing exactly the same stuff again. It's like Groundhog Day.
Well, hopefully that, that's hopefully getting close to being the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, we've known that it's been changeable. I knew it was changeable weather on Sunday when I cleared it. We knew it was changeable today. But what we're trying to do is just keep on top of it, even though it feels like it's a waste of time. We keep moving it off, making sure the water's flowed nicely into the ditches and stuff, and it just gives us that opportunity that when it happens again, we're ready to deal with it rather than like a double tragedy that it would be left it. So I think we're doing it the right way. It's obviously a lot of work to keep doing it that way, but I think it will hopefully, as long as we get some sort of a break in the weather. It has been relentless. It really has been relentless our last race. We'll be okay. We've obviously taken some measures to try and help out with that. The fact that we've got an entry for this weekend, we put that out there on Facebook earlier on in the week. One of those was to have an open-sided structure. Obviously, face masks are still mandated with us on site everywhere. Part of the MSF agreement for us to be able to do races and stuff is everybody face masked, which also then takes away the limit of 6 area as well. So we've got a very large 100 and something foot by 40 foot open-sided pit area, which is going down the far end of the field. That's getting installed tomorrow, so expect to see some pictures and stuff from that. I'll keep everybody updated. I may even do a live on Facebook from the track just to show what we've got going on. We're going to make sure the tables are spaced in there as well, so no one's going to be on top of each other. We're also having manufacturing tents and stuff go around the outside and down the side of that too. So it should mean that we're all super nicely spaced, but also in our pit area, or what will be our pit area once we've got a roof on the place, pitting space. One of the biggest reasons for doing that, and we just need a little bit of help and humility from people, is the weather has been horrific. We're trying to make the best of the field that we've got. Obviously mindful that we've got some people that want to stay overnight and all that things too. So we've needed to make sure that we can use that top area to park everybody up. We can make sure we get the field. So there is absolute method to our madness. Not just fancy doing something different. So please, when you come at the weekends and stuff, if you could just roll with whatever you're being asked to do. There will be some other decisions that invariably are behind to make it so that we can do this event. Really, I'd hoped at this time of the year that we wouldn't have so much consideration to bad weather and because it was drier by a factor of 1,000%, which is weird.
Yes.
Them's the breaks. You've got to deal with the cards that you've got. So yeah, we're going to have some nice covered area. So guys, you don't need to bring your tents unless you actually to, but they're down in a similar way. That's the takeout from that. Got provision for people to be in their own tents if that's what they'd so wish, but it will all, and it may be a little bit muddy. Trying to see if we can get some straw or wood chippings and all sorts of stuff at the moment, but I'm told by our talking to him tonight about some straw to see if we could just anything we can do to help out with this crazy weather that we've had. And he's like, there's literally nothing about because the crop has been so shocking this year from the weather that we had.
Yeah,
the normal people that don't have any supply of stuff, to the point where we managed to find something £100 at Big Bale, which is, fairly limiting to want to throw that on the floor and stop on it for a few days. As I say, them's the breaks. We're doing the best that we can with the cards that we've got.
Yeah, I was just brought up the weather for the next week.
Do I need to pour another glass of wine?
No. But you know the weather. I mean, I'm on the Met Office.
Yes.
Should be quite good. So it says today, rain showers. Yeah, obviously we knew that. So tomorrow there might be a little bit of rain in the evening, but only 30 to 40%. And then it's not saying there's going to be much onwards, with Sunday being sunny all day and highs of 18 degrees.
Glorious. And you know what? It takes not much of that to make a different world altogether.
I mean, today, as soon as the sun came out, as you could see with the picture before, I mean, the track was... I said to Shuri, if we had a car here, I'd be semi-tempted to drive around.
Yeah, 100%. I thought the same thing when we came back, when Mark and I came back with the stuff earlier on. It was like, that's actually ready to run on, which is awesome. The track I have no worry with whatsoever. Worry with, good Lord, that was easy for me, whatsoever. We're ready with that. We know what to do with it. If we get the rain on any of the days, deal with it. We spent today, part of the reason that we were all out there today, adding some extra drop holes in for pumps and stuff like that, so it's going to be even quicker for us to clear the water from the track. Really happy with the progress with that. It's going to make it we can deal with anything that it throws at us, but the car park area and stuff like that, we just have a little bit of a break to let that water move away a little bit. I can already feel myself tomorrow going out with the car park. If anybody wants to take a picture, I'm sure you get some weird responses. I'm going to be hoovering the grass to get the standing water and get it gone. That's the thing as well with where we are. That cloud is so hard underneath. It's unbelievable. It will just sit there, won't it? Until you do something with it, it will sit there.
Yeah, we'll just stay there until you kick it out of the way.
Yes. Oh, let me try that again. Yeah. Good. Okay, so I haven't had Mr. Rumble pop up on my side saying that he's ready. So I guess he's not ready. So we could move into some Dirt GP updates. So we've done the 10th bit. We're also going to have an extra TV inside the pitting area, which will be a dedicated screen, hopefully, that's going to have a very big what race is on, what race is next, and who is in those next races. So it's quite cool. Part of the live RC package. We've needed an extra PC and other bits and pieces to work, but we're messing about with it tonight. I think that's going to be super cool. It's going to make it even easier to see what's going on. So that's going to happen. Obviously, we're going to be broadcasting everything on live RC. We're going to have live video, live commentary on live RC. I'm excited to bring that to you. I think it's going to be fantastic. If you're not there, you'll be able to tune in and watch what's going on. It also means if you are at the race, just get yourself onto live RC and you'll be able to see all of your times. You'll be able to see the live race. You'll be able to hear the commentary. If you want to watch the video, just that play button on the black box above the timing that's going on. And it will be live videoed and live commentaried into what's going on. So we're going to try and hard with that too. Anybody that's wishing to camp or come in a motorhome or a caravan or anything else like that, we're going to be reaching out to all of our participants in the next day or so. There's no cost, there's no fee, there's nothing like that. We need to know the numbers, basically. So we're trying to plan the field around the fact of the horrific weather we've had for the last 3 weeks. It would be super helpful for us to know exactly who's coming. So if you get a text message from us, or if you get an email from us, if you could please just respond to it and just let us know exactly what you've got, what you've not got, that would be really appreciated. And when you might be coming as well. Good. We'll be on site all week. So we can accommodate anything if we know, pretty much. So yeah, come back to us if we send that in. What else? I just wanted to say a little quick thing as well. We'll have full support for everybody. If you're needing fuel or tires or parts, if you're a gamma and stuff, just come and see Leroy, myself, Mark at Race Control. We'll be administering everything through Race Control. Let us know what you need. We'll fetch a storeroom for you and get you going. That was my Dirt GP updates, Leroy. I think that I can think of at the moment.
Cool. I just saw Craig Campbell sent me a message, and he said if there's any like tree felling companies around, they may have the chip that they then chip, which they can dispose of.
So definitely 100% looked into that too. We've got 2 buckets worth available from Tom. Supposed to be bringing them down tomorrow, but thank you, buddy. We scrolled down that road too. So appreciate that. If you know of anybody local, let us know. We'll hook them up.
Yes.
Dress up.
So yeah, that's that.
Can I say one more thing on the Dirt GP? The entry is awesome. The top end, the middle end, the bottom end, it's an absolutely awesome entry. So thank you to everybody that's taken the time to come and enter. We're going to look forward to welcoming you. Hopefully, we're going to have some dryness to go with it. But my goodness, that's a strong lineup that we've got. Our biggest race that we've ever done. So that's better than that. I don't think Leroy does.
No, it's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to it. There's a few more drivers to announce this week, and then we'll be into the weekend, and battle can commence.
And we should because there are some more drivers to announce. We should probably do our pre-race show. Perhaps we can do it. Are you up on Friday?
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe we should do one on Friday, and we can do a proper dedicated to the race. I think it's big enough for us to warrant its own thing, and we can have a bit of a walkthrough. We can use our new technology with a live stream that we've got here that we can go straight out to YouTube live and stuff. That would be fun. That would be cool to do it.
Yes.
See if we can doorstep some people and generally just get a bit of a vibe of what's going on, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And for anyone that's going to ask the question, when's the track opening for practice? The track is open all week for practice. We are going to be prepping it in between, but we're hoping to have it ready Friday. So if anyone wants to actually get down a bit early and do some practice, book in online like you normally would and join us.
Yeah, exactly that. Just get online and get your slot booked, and we'll be there. We'll, if the weather's bad, we'll be trying to clear it as we can, ultimately.
Yep. And patch and do whatever we need to do to make it as good as we can.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the weather we've had, it's definitely limited what we've been able to do or what we've wanted to do in the run up to it. Thank goodness the base that we already had was fantastic anyway. So, we'll be reacting to whatever we see this week and whatever opportunities the weather gives us to make it even better. But at the moment, the plans are, after that, the Thursday session, so the Thursday evening, and then also after the Friday, come down and practice on the Friday evening. Fingers crossed, as long as we can, we'll be on there with the roller and just as absolutely as good as we possibly can. So, yeah.
That's that. There is a new product that should be coming out this week. I know we've made a few carbon steering stops.
Yep, we've made what you've been rocking for a little while now. Finished our testing process for them. We're happy with them. They are actually back tagged. Need to be photoed and added online. We get to it. It was going to be a job today. Actually, it was on my list of stuff for us to do today. It didn't happen. But yeah. They will be available imminently, and I think they are absolutely worth a go for any yourself. You're running them, Leroy. So the fact that it limits the lock, don't let that put you off. If they're good enough for Leroy, develop them. He's tested them. Give them a try. He'll just make it easier to drive. Yeah,
exactly. It's obviously still got enough steering and still fast enough for me to be able to pedal around. So for 99% of you guys out there, I think it's going to be a big improvement. It's going to make your car easier to drive, just make it easier. I mean, what else do you need in life?
Exactly. Okay, so Mr. Rumble's just told me he's still travelling home, so he doesn't think he's going to make it on tonight. So we're going to have a slightly shorter show than the normal schedule on that one.
I bet everyone's sigh of relief there.
So we miss you, but we're going to move into question time. It probably means he's watching this in his car on the way home anyway, which we shouldn't be doing. But anyway,
but we all do.
I'm sure we've got some questions on the side. Shall I quickly run through the ones that I've got, and then we'll move on to yours from the side, and then we can do those out. Okay, so one of the first questions I had, and these are from our guys, was Nemo support at nationals. What is that going to look like? And obviously not done nationals with us, so was intrigued to know what we'll have. So hopefully you'll see great amount of support. We'll be there. We're supporting all the nationals for Nitro, obviously, all the nationals for e-buggy and the truck series as well. We'll be there, vapped up, parts up, tents up, everybody together, share the information, make sure everyone's facing the right way. I think we should be doing some great stuff, like some track walks for anyone that wants to do it with Leroy. You're fantastic at doing those things, scooping up people. We'll make it a formal thing. Great for the juniors as well, and just hopefully we'll feel a massive cuddle from Nemo. That's what we've always tried to do. Start with the nationals, and that doesn't change as we move into these ones now. Yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy a good support package. We'll be getting setups out beforehand, tyre choices out beforehand. Basically, there's a little pack that goes out to the Nemo guys. That explains what we've found basically on the run up to it. It comes directly from Leroy. They're fantastic. It covers everything from, if the weather's going to be good or bad, what we found. They're awesome. So we're looking forward to getting back behind those even more. In fact, it'll probably be better than ever because we're going to have video stuff as well, which is something we weren't doing before. So that was the first one. Nemo Support National, 100% we're there. Next one I had was, how often would you be changing clutch bearings? Is it something you do every meeting, or when they don't feel smooth, or when do you change your clutch bearing?
Yes, and this was a post from one of our guys, or a question from one of our guys, and so for me, hello, Mr. Rumble.
He's proved me wrong. He popped up. It said, Mr. Rumble in the bumhole is ready to join your broadcast, and there he is. Where are you?
Pulled over.
I have, literally. I'm en route. It is dedication. It's something like that.
That is dedication. I was just answering a question about clutch bearings, unless you want to answer it.
If you do, 20 words.
Oh, blimey. Change them often. Change often. Don't skimp.
He only needed the 10. He only needed 10. I'll elaborate on that with 22 words. Basically, I'd rather change them more often than not, because if you don't and it fails, you'll kick yourself, because at the end of the day, it is a consumable item. They're not massively expensive, and you're going to go home feeling far worse if you have a clutch bearing failure. You also probably will break the clutch bell and maybe even the spur gear and end up costing you a hell of a lot more money. Yeah. So my short rule of thumb is I change clutch bearings before a final, and then you can almost leave them in until your next final. So you can leave them in for your next race of qualifying and practice, because if it does fail, at least you only lose a qualifier and not a final. So making sure they're always fresh for finals is definitely something you should do.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. I think we'd kind of fixed that issue in life, Rumble, haven't we, on our 215 original platform, because we managed to move our gearing to running a bigger clutch bell, which meant you could run bigger bearings, and if you put the right ones, forever. Gallons. The car was finished, you changed it. However, in the pursuit of excellence and the last tenth of a second, we've had to move away from those, which is sad, I think, in many ways, because they were a fit and forget item. So now you need to be a little bit more on top of it. The thing I see as well is a bit like Leroy saying, you could put a set in, and sometimes they could last 3, 4, 5 races, and you think, well, that's that. And then you'll put another set in, and they last you barely a race meeting, and so it gives that air of, just like you're saying, that air of like, my goodness, what is going to go on? So they're not a massively expensive part for 2 bearings. Replace them often and have disappointment less often. But it doesn't mean never have any disappointment, because they can just last a very short period of time and get themselves, basically. And that's sad.
And I think how I look at it from a hobby or from an economical point of view is, you think, we've spent all this money on entry fee, we've taken a day to go there, we've put fuel in our car, we've put a new set of tires on, we've refreshed this, we've done that, we've got a hotel or whatever it may be, all for some clutch bell bearings. You think, don't put used servos in your cars, don't cheap out on clutch bell bearings, otherwise inevitably It'll end in tears.
You've spent, Rumble is completely right. You spent all that money and then probably 200 quid on wine as well. And then you go home feeling sorry for yourself just because you on 2 quid's worth of bearings. Just replace it.
Yeah.
Just put new ones in your tires.
And like used servos. Don't put used servos in your car or some 10-gallon old engine, and then because you just have a bad time.
You have a bad day. That leads on to the next question, which was about plugs, and that was the same thing. When do you replace the plug, or what do you look for? Change your plug, Leroy.
Well, I'm going to bail out of this one because you two are far more experienced with the plug game than me.
Well,
I'd put a new one in regularly to save on failure.
Definitely, and to save on the element going down the piston and liner and scoring it beyond its life, which is that happens.
Beyond recovery.
Yeah, so thanks for reminding me of such a good moment of my life.
Good time. Well, the weekend
always comes back.
Obviously, so the catalyst, I think, for when to change a plug is, first of all, if it's at any big race, if it's before a national, we would put a new plug in before the semi-final, not before the main final, because sometimes. Not with the plugs we use, but sometimes you might just get a random failure, and it's still, I've seen it. So if you can at least then verify that the tune is perfect in the semi, because it's less critical.
Now it's back. Now it's back, Mr. Rumble, because it disappeared for one reason. But now it's back. I always like to do that for the semi practice.
Yes. Or I was going to say, if you're not obviously making a semi-final and you're in the lower finals, I would put it in for your last qualifier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. 100%. Do it before you're going to do your 20-minute run, however that works out. So your last qualifier, or if it's your semi-practice, if you're the top finals, that's the perfect time to do it, because if it does fail, you've not lost your final. That's about
game over.
Yeah.
And the couple of sort of catalysts I see, or how you know when you're starting to get on top of your glow plug schedule or your replacement schedule, is when you put a glow plug in and the tune doesn't change at all. That's absolutely fine. The glow plug was okay. You know when you have just caught it is when you put the glow plug in and the tune changes quite drastically, because that shows that your previous plug was on the way out and you have tuned to how that plug was behaving. Again, also, if you've run out of fuel, change your plug. If you have done a run and your engine tune's been a bit too lean, or your engine's been hot, or you've death revved it 306 times on that run, change your plug. Don't risk your, for the sake of a plug, don't risk your nice engine and your expensive race meeting.
And I completely agree with all of the above of that. And if you take your plug out and it looks in fantastic condition, that's fine. You don't need to throw it away. Keep it in your pit bag, or keep it in your practice engine, or whatever it might be, because it's working well, and you could use it another time when it's non-critical. It does.
Or run it in the final at Slough, which we did, didn't we, Leroy? So I said to you, I was like, when did you put a plug in this motor? You were like, before the Nemo race, and I was like, well, maybe we should. Well, let's pop a new plug in it. I took the plug out, had a look at it, and it was absolutely mint. I was like, that's like a brand. That is a Piranha plug right there.
Yeah. So it went back in.
Yes,
went back in.
Did it? Fantastic.
Saving money.
Yeah.
There's only one person in this world that is allowed to proclaim that a used glow plug is okay, and that is Mr. Alan Dell. Now, I have said to you before, Mr. Rumble, you are like a distant love child of Mr. Alan Dell with your analysis of stuff. He is the only one that would probably get a microscope out and be able to tell you who made it.
He'd get his loop out.
Yeah.
Need to see him trackside. Al, if you ever watch any of these things, we miss you, man. You need to come up to Nemo and see us. It'd be absolutely see you out and about.
I want to see that green deck chair, man.
I just want to see him. I just want to see him and the 1960s water bottle that will be with him, and all the other great.
And a plastic tub.
Green deck chair is there. You've got Alan.
It's there. That is true. So we shall look out for that. And if we see it, we'll say sod it to everybody and put it the volume 11 on our PA and let everybody know. It'd be awesome to see him there. So there we go. So that was a plug. So I'll quickly run through the rest of these that I've got. Will there be live footage from the GP? We covered that. Yes, there will be. It'll be on Live RC, and you'll have Mr. Rumble and Mark dulcet tones on that. Next one, which is a good question. How much character will the track develop, given that it's the biggest race yet for us? And also, importantly, the run-up to it. We've not been able to do our usual, let's throw 2,000 litres of water on it, which means it doesn't develop much character because it stays the same all the way through. I still think, personally, for me, it's going to stay together very well. Obviously, we worked on it extensively today in conditions where elsewhere it was, pretty written off, and it was rock solid underfoot, apart from a couple of 2 or 3 patches. It might be a little bit more choppy than you do, but I still think it's going to stand the test of time quite well. But we'll see. I think
the thing as well is that it was a comment from Slough at the weekend that sort of stuck with me a little bit. And like Slough, considering that they'd obviously rolled the track and they'd had a bit, had rain like we had, and obviously the track definitely hasn't had as much oil as ours had. The track was definitely had some character, but I overheard someone in pit lane. No idea who it was. It's irrelevant who it was, but they said, "Blimey, this is the roughest track I've ever driven on." And I thought to myself, you have clearly not been to that many tracks. I was like, Slough is looking pretty decent. I was like, you need to do some 8th scale off road. You need to go to Austria and race at Föhring after.
No, you need to listen to your Uncle Leroy. You need to go to YouTube and look at Silver State 2011 A final and watch that. That is...
Cars actually disappeared, didn't
the other night, Leroy. It popped up. It popped up in my suggested videos to watch. So
now you know why I was in a U-Haul van.
Yeah, Martina and I, we popped it on, and she was like, "What is that? What final is that?" I was like, "That's the A final." It's like, who are those going around? I was like, "That's Ryan Mayfield." Really?
Boom, boom, boom.
It is unbelievable.
Where the cars would disappear in the bumps.
Yeah, they were gone. I mean, I watched it around Christmas time again. No, it's just like
almost. It's one of them where you can't get down the straight. You go down the straight, you're minding your own business, leading the race, and suddenly you're like Mario Kart. You're off the track.
It was bad news.
Bad experience. Next question we had was LMR. Are they a truggy body?
Yeah. No.
Don't be so quick to say no.
I tell you what, it's not because I wouldn't do one or I don't want to do one. It's just I know the guy who makes our body shells machine is not big enough to do one.
Perhaps we could do it as like a 2-piece one, and you'd be able to buy
it together in the middle,
front and rear end, and screw it together.
Like a low C 5B short course or something, and you'd have to screw the panels together.
Yeah, perfect. Let's do that.
Never say never. So not right now, but never say never with anything on our stuff. My final question before we're going to throw it out to Leroy from the side was to do with the motor, and it was Venturis. And what Venturis do we recommend for the new bullet motor? What are there? And that is actually super, super easy on our new motor because there is one option. It comes with it, and that is 6.5. Fit it, forget. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
6.5 and you're done.
The tick. Exactly.
6.5, take it or leave it.
So I'm going to roll to the side then as
roll it.
As we've got that far and Rumble's on double yellows.
I'm in an EV parking spot.
Oh, there you go. Rennie Rocket RC said it would be great for Nemo to have a race series. Also, would you do, say, more one-off races as well? I mean, we do all one-off races currently.
Yeah, we could definitely stitch them together. I think that there's a definite want there. I think for us, if our core base of local people stitches together enough, then I think it would be good to do it as a series. And maybe doing the Saturday thing could be a bit half road into that.
Yeah, Saturday summer series.
Yeah,
that's our thing. Exactly.
I was actually just when I was listening through the Bluetooth when I was driving, of eyes on the road, and listening to the Bluetooth, and the Saturday race is such a good idea, because if you turn, any sort of Sunday race that you turn up to, almost all tracks now, everyone has been there practicing on the Saturday anyway. So 1 day meetings turn into 2 day meetings, 2 day meetings are 3 day meetings, and so on and so forth. A Saturday meeting sounds like a really mint idea, because it will make it a little bit more of a level playing field, apart from those that are having a practice on the Friday. But free calendar. There's a side.
Honestly, mate, when I looked at it,
number.
like, when the hell can we get our next race in? The calendar.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely wild, and it kind of just jumped out as well. Pop it on a Saturday, like Silverstone have done, and Leroy said, we watch what goes on in the States and stuff. It's successful for those guys. We could give it a try and just see if it's
not
something that people want to do or not.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Exactly.
There we go. Yes. So Davey Rolls, he says, emulsion shock caps, the benefits between them and bladder shock caps, and do you need to keep rebuilding the emulsion caps? I know we have gone over this a few times, but we'll quickly try and do a analysis. Emulsion shock caps will give you more grip. I would say to use them when the grip is low, and then use bladder when the grip is high. Do you need to keep bleeding them? I would say no, you don't need to keep bleeding them, but I would say you need to rebuild them a bit more often. Yeah,
I would agree with that. And I think we've had it a few times. I think it would be a good one to do a video on, Leroy, when we get a moment and the track is actually dry and all those other good. That would be a good one. Try and
show. We'll try and do some more slow-mo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was fun doing the bump stop one, so definitely up for trying to film cruising around the track doing the shock caps, because there is a big difference between the two, and there isn't also a right or wrong. It does depend on conditions and the track and everything else and the grip level, like you said. So you need to have both in your arsenal, really, to have all bases covered.
Yeah, I agree, and like I do a lot of the time, I run bladder front, emulsion rear to take a little bit of bite away from the front end, but give you good traction out of the turn when we're relying on the rear shocks. Good.
Let's do a video on it. We'll get on it.
We'll do that. Tortoise Racing, he also asked the same question. GW Racing, he says, well done to the team at the weekend, and good evening, Graham.
Good evening, Mr. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, we are. Tortoise RC Racing says 6 Mick tyres. I really want to try and use them as my choice tyres, but they are coming. But are they coming in glued or unglued now, moving forward?
Unglued, so that we can move forward in many ways. One of those is making sure we've got good continuous supply. Obviously, Six Mix as a brand is quite similar in a way to Nemo. It's a small company that they've developed something that's fantastic, and they're seeing really big uptake in their brand across the board, across the world. And trying to do pre-glued as a product is very time consuming. So we were trying to do that. We've switched to doing unglued for a couple of reasons. One of those is to make sure that we keep that supply really good for everybody that wants to give it a try. It's absolutely worth it. Even if you think, I don't really like gluing time, it's definitely worth it. It's a brilliant product. It opens up some options for you as well, being unglued. And so, yeah, long answer to your question. But yeah, they will be unglued moving forward.
There we go. Gavin Powell, he come online and says, could you confirm team tents allowed, but down the far end as well?
Yep, absolutely that, buddy. Encouraged, not even just allowed, encouraged. I think the Raceway is all about everybody. It's not about people that just run our products in terms of a Gamma and Bullet and Piranha and Beta and Six Mix. It's for absolutely everybody. We love support. That's the basis of what we do. Get your. Let us know that you're coming. We have, and we'll make sure that you've got your manufacturer row section of Nemo Raceway to support the guys that run your brand.
Yep. John Green, do you know how many people are stopping over? I guess that's for the race. And
no,
We've already discussed that Rumble, I think.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, mint. I'm sure. I could see a little twinkle in John's eye. He was like, I think I know what Rumble's talking about now. Rumble was about to say, can anyone who is camping please let us know beforehand so we can make a plan? I see that was where we were at.
Yes.
I capped you off.
It's done. Yeah, it did. It's done.
And we still managed to get 80 words in there. Sorry.
That's cool. It's good. It's good to know. Again, for anyone that's watching now that wasn't watching earlier, you will get a notification, and please let us know if you are wanting to camp. Rennie Rocket RC says, it's a question to me on my Yokomo kits. What tires do you use on the BRC National Series, and what servo horn do I use? So on a two drive kit, I use a 15.5mm servo horn, and on a full drive kit, I use either a 17 or a 20. Generally a 17, to be honest. He's bought a few Yokomo kits, so that's fantastic news. And the tires we use, generally we use Schumacher darts, but they just have released a tire called the Mezzo, which is a little bit bigger, should give you a little bit more longevity. And then also we are using on some tracks the Proline Pyramid, yes, which has worked at one track I've been to, but not wonderfully well on the others. So yeah, there you go. Homeboy RC 2006 Worlds looked proper bumpy when I saw the video of that.
Oh my god, it was.
That
was proper bumpy. But that is nothing in comparison to watching Silver State 2011. You need to watch that because
we'll put up a link.
Yeah, we should do. We should do. Yeah.
For those watching, here is our reference point of your car has actually disappeared in one of the 812 bumps on the straight.
Well, it's funny because like at those bigger that one the 2006 they provided marshals, which don't talk to Yannick Agon about that. You know, they cut his motorway, had a lap and everybody else. But anyway, they had a whistle. Somebody was watching from a tower somewhere that blew a whistle when a car crashed to try and get the attention. In that final, that whistle
was worn out.
It was farcical how bad it was.
The ball in the whistle had
gone.
Worn.
So I have added a link to said A final to our stream there.
Awesome.
Nice.
So anyone that says anything that they go to is bumpy, watch that link and
reassess.
Yeah, when someone complains at the weekend, no, it's sent the wrong video in. Oh dear. Hold on.
Oh dear.
What video is it?
No, this one's okay. Let me
stop the stream. Stop the stream. Lee's
stop
out.
The stream. What has it done to me? Oh no, I must have been okay. I must have clicked on the wrong thing.
I was trying to think of the most bumpy race I've actually personally attended or personally witnessed. I'm not really too sure. I don't know whether it's that Austria plus 40 Euros was decently bumpy.
Yeah,
I remember on the left-hand side of the track.
Yeah, it was. That was.
And the back jump, the cars were sort of just instantly going upside down in that middle field section, and it was a bit of a hot. Yes.
That too.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just watching.
I just remember, John, a good memory
from Silver State.
I
actually believe it. Oh.
This is a good memory, John. Talking of glued and unglued tyres, was at the plus 40 Euros. We had a few pre-glued beta, a few unglued, and it was me doing a bit of gluing, so already questionable. And you said to me before we went out for, I think it was the final qualifying run or the one from final.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Penultimate. He said to me, are these tyres going to stay on, Rumble? I was like, mate, they're absolutely fine. Because we had a compound in times gone by that was a bit tricky to glue. And John said to me, are these tyres going to glue, right? Are these going to stay on? I was like, mate, I've got the process nailed. They're absolutely fine. Like, mate, I was pulling at them like a rabid animal with a chew toy. And I would say about 1 minute in, tyre off, and you TQ'd still.
I was just going to say, because that was when we were courting Leroy at that point. And he was obviously watching what was going on. He was like, going on? That was, that was good. You TQ'd that. I was like, mate, that was with tyres hanging off for 4 of the 5 minutes of it.
Terrible.
I don't forgotten that. It was a funny moment.
That was because I just remember there was, that straight that sort of came towards you on the concrete corner. And I just remember seeing a tyre be about 2 foot tall on the track. John Hazelwood having it lit, leaned like a son of a gun. And
it would have meant nothing if we hadn't had that conversation before, which was, Rumble, I think the tyre's going to be all right. There is no way, there's no way that they're going to fall off. 3 laps in.
Oh dear.
On a phone.
I tell you what, thank goodness you TQ'd it. Sort of it smoothed it over quite well. But I fear it may have
the only round
Rumble.
So we need to probably have a look at that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
Here we go. Robert Glenn says we need more parts, motors, etc. for the States.
All happening. All in the process.
All in the process. Ivan is online. I guess it's our Ivan.
Hey.
I have seen some high rebound shock cap on some of the cars. Why is that?
Why is that?
High rebound, isn't it?
High rebound.
Come out of a relationship, and the problem is that they're on a bit of a high rebound moment here.
Yeah, they just work good when you need to use the bladder. The higher rebound stuff just helps that even more.
John used to love running it. What it means is it means you can quite consistently and easily run a 100% rebound shock, if that is what you're looking for. John would have always wanted to run 100% rebound in his shocks all round, with the orange sort of standard cap. Achieving that sort of consistently can be quite difficult in any shock. High rebound cap,
it makes it
easy. So that would be why.
That phase for something. I don't know why I've gone out of that phase, but I have gone out of that phase. There you go. Probably because I don't race very much.
No droop, 100% rebound.
Leroy's got me facing the right way with low droop and
droop, body shells.
And what about on the car?
Yes, exactly.
So we're all up to date.
Body
on
shells,
the side. I was still being amused a little bit by Silver State. I just skipped to the last lap to see if it got any better. It got worse.
I don't massively watch too much of that sort of stuff. I watched the start of it and I was hooked. I had to watch all of it. I had to know who came out on top.
Who? Well, I don't want to spoil it for those that are about to watch.
You need to watch it. You need to see it.
I know, I do.
Yeah. Mayfield took the win, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He did. But there was big pieces of that looked like Mayfield, possibly the first time he'd driven an RC car, is what I concluded. And he kept doing one section, and every time he'd crash and be upside down and Marshall. Like, you try going to there just a little drop slower, because that possibly is not working, trying to hit it out.
Sometimes it's quicker to hit it flat out and get marshalled.
So I think he'd worked that out. I think he'd worked out it was faster to crash and be marshalled than try and drive it and not crash.
Especially if you so consistently crash that the marshal is ready, stood,
that's
where
you've got to choose your marshals, isn't it? It depends who's marshalling you. You need to, in that scenario, you need to work out quite quickly whether you've got Chalky Skidmore marshalling you or Ryan Lutz marshalling you, because there's going to be a bit of a difference between how long it takes to get marshalled. It's important to know.
Chalky would be like a rat up a drain pipe.
Never imagine. Exactly. On that bombshell, we must be near the end. We've run out of questions. We've covered everything.
We are at the end. We have managed again to do almost an hour and a half. So yeah, we're at the end of our show, everyone.
I was just also, I'm sure it's probably also been covered when I was not here, but about an updated, probably a video coming out, or an updated driver's briefing on Thursday or Friday.
Exactly that. We're going to try and do a bit of coverage this week on the build up to it, what the marquees up and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and get that drivers heat lift out early as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Martin, it's coming to that time of the show where we do a few things. The first thing is we say where we're racing next. Well, that's the GP, so we can give that a big tick. We talk about practice sessions. They're open. Can't guarantee what you're going to have. You might want to bring a fishing rod as well to see if we can catch some local wildlife. But theoretically, they're open. So if you fancy doing a bit of practice on the run up to the Dirt GP, get yourself online. Go to NemoRacing.com. Nemo Raceway practice sessions. Get yourself booked in for the day. Leroy's going to tell you about our wonderful kit offer that we've got coming.
We do. We still have a fantastic.
Is this
before you go into your lovely kit offer?
segue?
Nice, never a rant. We should also add into that motor. If you're buying a motor, you've got access to the three of us monkeys on whoever you want. We'll finish off the process and get it tuned in for you. So we should add that into it as part of the Nemo Raceway thing. We'll be able to come and get some help with whatever our products are that you bought. Yeah, that's my bit done. It's over to Leroy for the closeout.
Yes. So as John was saying, if you fancy buying an engine, a Bullet F225, when you do so, you are more than welcome to come to the track. I guess the running in day, you come down and we'll help you run it in. We'll help you tune it. We'll make sure everything's on point for you, because there's nothing better than having an engine that's been professionally tuned and knowing when next time you go out, it's going to be absolutely dialed. So that is all a free of charge from us, of course. On the back of that, there is still the A319 or A215T or A319P or A319EP or A319E, any one of them. If you purchase a kit from us, you will get 12 months free membership for the amount of time that you have that kit. You can have it longer, but you get 12 months free.
If you have it 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Not if
you have it 12 minutes. But yeah, still, I mean, you can come down anytime. You can let us know. You can even just show up, but we'd like you to let us know just so we can tell you the track's in good condition or not. So yeah, that's that really. Anything else?
No. as that.
Amazing.
That's that. So what I will do is, if anyone could go and subscribe if you haven't already, like the show, give us a thumbs up. Why not? Because there's no point giving us a thumbs down, because we've already got 2 anyway. We don't need any more. Give us a thumbs up. So yes, we will be back on Friday. I see John pointing out.
Friday.
Is that what you wanted to say?
Yeah, it's going to be back Friday.
Cool. So yeah, we'll be back Friday. Pre-race show, we'll be doing our predicted winner. As we always do. We can't do a loser because we don't know who is going to be the loser yet.
Nope.
But we'll be back and we'll be doing it on Friday live from the track.
From the marquee.
From the marquee.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't want to get interviewed, just when you see us walking towards you, run away.
Yeah, run away.
Doorstep everybody and give a bit of a vibe of what's going on, which is going to be
a Neo race, Neo buggy interview run around happening.
And who used to do those quite often?
Hello.
There we go.
So yeah, watch for me walking around, following you all and asking you questions.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you then, hopefully.
Yes.
Perfect.